Track storms to alert you first. This is KIMT Storm Team 3, weather coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to KIMT News 3, and they say Wheaties is the breakfast of champions. I say weather is the news segment of champions.
We are joined now by KIMT Storm Team 3 meteorologist Ryan Knapp. Ryan, what do we got out there?
Well, we're looking nice, we're looking warm, and yes, I guess you could say this is the, well, I guess breakfast of champions, depending which way we put it. Maybe more dinner time. Anyways, it's 84 degrees outside. We'll just get through this here. Looking nice out there. A few clouds maybe still lingering around. It's staying clear, but there might be a passing cloud too. And notice that behind me, you're not seeing much of a haze out there either because our air quality is a lot better than where we are looking at here over the last week. And really temperatures, as I mentioned, we're in the 80s and really all across the entire region. You can definitely see where the rain has started to fall though here over the last couple hours, as even Charles City seeing some of those yellows and greens, especially further south, could be seeing some cooler temperatures. Decorah 75. So a lot of the rain that moved across those regions has allowed for them to see a lot cooler temperatures than what we're seeing more closer to home here, as we're still seeing lower to mid 80s for right now. As we push into tonight, temperatures will still be into the middle to maybe even upper 70s in some locations, more upper 70s across North Iowa, and then middle 70s closer here in southern Minnesota. Over the night tonight, we'll see temperatures back into the 70s and upper 60s for overnight lows before we warm up once more again for Wednesday. Wednesday and Thursday are really going to be our next two kind of warm spells, I guess you could say, before we start to see a dip in our temperatures as we approach this weekend, especially around 5 o'clock here on Wednesday's temperatures still in the upper 70s and 80s. So overall, we're making a trend back down to some cooler temperatures, especially considering our overnight lows on Wednesdays will be more into the upper 60s. So the way you look at it, we're going to see a nice trend here in the forecast as we push towards the weekend. Temperatures will be looking nice. Rain-wise, though, we're going to see clear skies for the most part as we push later into the night. Models are still being very persistent on trying to pop up a few showers here late tonight. And then our chance for rain, our very slim chance as of right now for rain on Wednesday, is really in the stretch coming in at early 6 a.m. before seeing more clearing approach here on later into Wednesday. Those rain chances won't stick around for long, though, as we'll start to clear out as we head into the weekend. And then later for this evening, we'll see overall temperatures into the 80s and then lower 80s. So we're not seeing any rain for tonight, and we'll be seeing overall nicer conditions considering what we saw this morning. Looking ahead tonight, upper 60s before warming up again into the middle 80s for tomorrow. And then really the 7-day forecast, with weekends always in view. Look at that trend into the 70s as we approach Friday. Nicer conditions as we head into the weekend there.
Thanks, Ryan. President Joe Biden's much ballyhooed bipartisan infrastructure package has passed in the U.S. Senate, and the measure did indeed garner bipartisan support. KIMT News 3's Annalise Johnson had a conversation with our senior U.S. Senator, Amy Klobuchar, today, and joins us live with a look at what this bill means for us here in Minnesota.
George, I'm here overlooking Highway 52 in Rochester. Now, one of the things that Minnesotans can look forward to is improved highways and bridges. But some Minnesotans can also expect improvements to their internet speed. Senator Amy Klobuchar tells me 144,000 households in the state don't have access to high-speed internet. The majority of those families live in rural areas. A part of the infrastructure bill will put money toward that issue with competition and accountability in mind. It will fund putting pressure on companies and local government to get those families hooked up.
And one of the things that's really been frustrating to me is you'll have big telephone companies that just hold on to the money. And this allows for more competition so different players can come in and say, okay, I'm going to take care of this patch of land in southern Minnesota. Because next door you can get it, but not across the road. It's pretty crazy.
Minnesotans can expect at least $100 million to be used on broadband in the state. Live in Rochester, Annalise Johnson, KIMT News 3.
Thank you, Annalise. Now, at a minimum, Minnesota can also expect to receive at least $4.5 billion for highways, $302 million for bridge replacement and repairs, $820 million for public transportation.
It was a mysterious find by an angler on Clear Lake. A 1980s car fully submerged in the southeast corner of the lake. Crews towed the rusting hulk from the lake yesterday, and now the investigation is on to determine just how it ended up there. KIMT News 3's Alex Jurgens joins us live now from Clear Lake. Alex, what did you find out?
Well, Amy, yesterday an Oldsmobile Forenza was pulled out of the lake right over here, and it seems like that the car's been in there for quite some time, but now the question is exactly how did it end up in Clear Lake?
It's a quiet Tuesday here on Clear Lake, small waves rolling into shore. But yesterday, crews pulled a seemingly forgotten Oldsmobile from the lake. An angler discovered it and reported it to authorities. The Okoboji underwater recovery specialists were called in to remove the rusty car.
The diver went down and he assessed what we were working with, see what kind of damage done to the vehicle first, and there was damage to the right front corner of the car, suspension-wise.
Pulling a car from beneath 9 feet of water is no easy task. Owner Bob Kirschbaum says it takes a team effort to get the car out of the water without allowing auto fluids to pollute the lake.
We didn't want all the contamination in the vehicle, such as oil, to start coming out of it. The minute they break the surface, that's when they start leaking oil, transmission fluid, gasoline, all the fluids start coming out. They don't when they're down in the water.
Now the Forenza sits behind the Cerro Gordo County Sheriff's Office. Deputy Chief David Hepperly says the investigative effort is a bit challenging.
Unfortunately, it's just taking a little bit longer than we would like because it's not readily available computerized information for us.
The car's VIN number has faded away, but there is one clue that can aid in the investigation: the car's license plates, which date back to a template used in Iowa during the 80s and 90s.
If our guess is correct, this vehicle may have been underwater for up to 25 years.
Now, exactly how is still being investigated at the moment, but Kirschbaum and Hepperly believe that the car may have entered the water here during ice fishing season. But for how long, though, on the bottom of the water there, well, that remains a mystery. Live in Clear Lake, Alex Juergens, KIMT News 3.
Thanks, Alex. Hepperly says the vehicle was unoccupied with all windows rolled up. He says there is no connection between the vehicle and foul play or ongoing incidents in the area.
Still to come, New York's Governor Andrew Cuomo is indeed stepping down as sexual harassment accusations increase. Who is taking his place and what the former governor's soon-to-be is saying about his resignation.